In today's video, I'm going to be replacing the rear suspension bump stops on my Jeep Grand Cherokee WK. Hello and a very warm welcome to another video from Auto Night. Now, contrary to how this may present, this is a car part. Really, it is. This is a bump stop, sometimes known as a Jounce rubber, and this is a suspension component. It's fitted to the rear. They also have them at the front. All cars have these, and this is designed to prevent the suspension from bottoming out when the suspension is fully compressed. And this really protects the internals of the shock absorbers so they don't reach their maximum compression inside, and this takes the shock. These are in tatters on my car. They are just badly degenerated. Because they're made of foam, they just disintegrate over time, and the rear ones do need doing, so I'm going to be doing those today and right now. Here is the old component. I think you'll agree there's not much left of it. Much of it has eroded away, and when you think how big the component would have been when it was new, you can see how little is left. Now, I had read that these bolt into position centrally, but feeling in there's nothing but rubber. Now, looking at this new component, I can verify also that there is only rubber in the middle here. So I think these are press fit, but we'll find out in a minute once we've got this old one out. And there we go, it's definitely press fit. Got to try and squeeze this out now through a gap in the coil spring. Might have to lube this up a bit. Okay, so I'm just getting this wet and a bit soapy with some water with washing up liquid in it, hoping that I can ease this through a gap that it is actually bigger than. Let's get it a bit wetter. We're nearly there. Here we go. And it's out. Just a moment to compare old versus new. I think that says it all. I think we can see exactly what's happened there over the course of time. These components, NTY is the brand. I've never heard of it. I bought these on eBay. It was 20 quid for the pair, which is a very good price. I'm not really a fan of buying parts from eBay, especially if I've never heard of the brand. But like myself, those of you who own a Jeep in the UK will know that it can be really hard to get hold of good quality parts at a decent price. Some of the prices for things that are fairly insignificant can be quite ridiculous. So I thought for 20 quid, bearing in mind these are just pieces of foam, there's not really a lot to be lost. So let's set about refitting this new component. I'm hoping that this will squeeze in here much more easily because it's a softer, newer component, and this appears to be the case. There we go, that's going in there quite nicely. Now it's just a case of pushing it into position. This could be really fiddly or really easy. And it was really easy. That pushed in really nicely, but the best thing is now a really decent drive over some decent hard bumps. Get this suspension bottoming out and really drive that home so it's in there securely. You can see here the pad that this makes contact with right here when the suspension is fully compressed. Round to the rear right hand side now. Okay, so we have a very similar picture around this side. This one is torn rather than necessarily worn away. Either way, it's shot to pieces. Let's get this horrible thing off here. As this thing is scrap anyway, there always remains the option just to cut it out of here. It's not a problem. Just getting the new one in here. So there are a series of raised areas in here. I think there are 3 of them in total. Yeah, there are 3 raised areas, and the idea is that they kind of secure it here after this ridge. That's all secured in position, good to go. I just got a little bit of corrosion along here, something I've noticed a while now. I think I mentioned it in another video. It doesn't seem to be advancing at a bad rate or anything, but that bit there in particular I'm keen to get done. So I do want to get that welded. I want a neat job, a really neat job. I don't want it just patched over. I want it cut neatly out, nice piece refabricated and put in there. And I can seal it, grind all this back. If anyone else has had this on their Jeep WK, please feel free to comment below as to how you dealt with it. I'd be really interested to know. So just 2 very manky old bump stops here. And just a little tip here in terms of fitting, there are 3 ridges in the cup that this fits into. You can see where it's left a mark here, here and here. As you push the new one in, if you press in here, then it will engage above that lug. You'll feel it sort of slip into position. Hard to demonstrate on this because this is solid, because it's old and hard. But on the new ones they're more supple, so you can make sure it's actually not just rested in there, but it's actually engaged in those 3 with those 3 lugs. So that's it for another video. Nice straightforward one. Didn't even need any form of spanner to remove those components. That's quite unusual where cars are concerned. My next video will be at altitude. I'm soon flying back to California. I'm going to be on a British Airways Boeing 777 for my outbound journey, and an Airbus A380 for the inbound. I hope to bring you a video on the outbound journey. Already done a video on the A380. I do this route a lot, so this time I've actually chosen this flight based on the fact that it will be a 777 on the way out there, as it's an aircraft I haven't done a video on yet, and haven't been on one of those for a few years, as they're becoming a bit rarer these days. So I look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Do please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Thank you very much, and goodbye.